announcement, I think. So whoa, that's really fast. Okay, who's the first one? Okay, I saw you first, so for once you get the chance. Go ahead.
सर शैलेंद्र न्यूज़ 18 से आपने देखा होगा कि पाकिस्तान के सिंध में एक ब्रूटल मर्डर हुआ है एक हिंदू महिला का माइनॉरिटी वहाँ पे और बहुत ब्रूटली मर्डर किया गया है और डिकैपिटेट भी उनको किया गया है इस इशू पे आप क्या कहेंगे?
Well said it. No, hold on. I saw. Yes, you go ahead. I'll come on. Microphone.
Yeshi Seli from the New Indian Express. What's the update on the 8 naval officers in Qatar? I believe some of their family members haven't been able to go to Doha because they've not got visas. What's the update on that?
Okay. Over here. Yeah. One by one. Sorry, Siddharth. I'll come to you.
Sir, Pranay Upadhyay, ABP News से. Sir, चाइना, जापान, साउथ कोरिया यहाँ पे कोविड के केसेस बहुत तेजी से बढ़ रहे हैं. क्या हमारे डिप्लोमेटिक मिशन के बारे में आप कुछ बता सकते हैं कि वहाँ तो कोई इन्फेक्टेड नहीं है? व्हाट इज द स्टेटस अबाउट
चाइना
मिशन? हाँ, चाइना,
जापान,
साउथ कोरिया.
Sir, times now.
Yeah, please.
Go ahead. Can you tell us what the situation in Uzbekistan is vis-a-vis those 18 children who have died allegedly because they took medicine?
Sorry, what is the question on this? Sorry, could you repeat your question?
You know that 18 children in
Uzbekistan, I understand what you're referring to. What was the initial part? I missed it.
Has the Uzbek government been in touch with the MEA? Has the MEA done anything vis-a-vis the trials that are going on, which the Ministry of Health is involved in? And what are we going to tell the Uzbeks?
Okay. There was one more question. Hold on. Let me start with you. I saw your hand in the first round. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Siddharth.
So my question is on Maldives. We saw that there was a threat by someone in the opposition who said that there should be an attack on the Indian High Commission. We also saw action by the Maldivian authorities. What's the response by the Indian government, and have you raised the matter with the Maldivian side?
Let me go around first this round of questions, and I'll come back. I think a few more queries. Look, शैलेंद्र जी, आपका प्रश्न था पाकिस्तान में. देखिए, ये स्पेसिफिक इंसिडेंट पे मेरे पास डिटेल कोई रिपोर्ट नहीं है, इसीलिए मैं उसमें कमेंट नहीं कर पाऊंगा. पर मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि हमने पहले भी कहा है, बार बार कहा है कि पाकिस्तान अपने अल्पसंख्यकों को, इन माइनॉरिटीज का ख्याल रखें. इनका जो सेफ्टी, सिक्योरिटी और वेलबींग जो उनकी जिम्मेदारी है, ये उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, इस तरह पूरी तरह निभाएं इसको. तो मैं उसी को दोहराना चाहूंगा आज. और ये इंडिविजुअल केसेस पे मैं नहीं कह पाऊंगा, जैसे मैंने कहा, डिटेल्स अभी मेरे पास है नहीं. हमने कुछ रिपोर्ट्स देखी हैं इसके बारे में. यशी, ऑन द इशू ऑफ द 8 इंडियन who are in detention in Qatar, let me reiterate what we've been saying. We are seized of the matter. Our embassy is actively pursuing this case. You mentioned about the family members, not being allowed to get a visa. No, we are trying to facilitate that. I understand family members who are in Doha have been able to go there, and we are trying to facilitate those who are here to go. The update that I have is that today we got our second consular access. Our embassy officials were able to meet the detainees and ascertain their well-being. And of course, we will continue to extend all possible consular assistance in this case. प्रणय, आपका क्वेरी एक्चुअली मुझे ठीक से समझ नहीं आया, क्योंकि देखिए, इंडिविजुअल केसेस हमारे एम्बेसी में हुए हैं कोविड या नहीं, मैं ये ऑब्वियसली नहीं बता पाऊंगा आपको ना. मैं आई थिंक फॉर प्राइवेसी रीजन, जैसे मैंने कहा कि वहां पे डिपेंडिंग ऑन द लोकल सिचुएशन, पिछली बार भी यही कह रहे थे, वी वुड एक्सपेक्ट कि वो लोग हेल्थ प्रोटोकॉल्स फॉलो करें. वहां पे कोविड का प्रकोप है, और जो जिस तरह से मेजर्स, लोकल मेजर्स जो ली जा रही हैं, उसको फॉलो करें. इससे आगे मैं डिटेल्स नहीं जाना चाहूँगा. आपने देखा होगा कि अभी जैसे मैं आ रहा था, आई थिंक सिविल एविएशन अथॉरिटीज़ ने नई गाइडलाइंस लगाई हैं RT-PCR पे, तो वो आपने देखा ही होगा. Srinjoy, regarding you asked about the Uzbekistan, again, I didn't get your question. You basically, did they raise it with us, and that kind of story. This is, of course, related to the case of unfortunate deaths of some children in Uzbekistan. Look, we've seen media reports of this in this regard, of this unfortunate deaths of, I think, 18 children, as far as we see from the media reports. They appear to have taken place over a period of about 2 months, as per Uzbek authorities. We also understand that the Uzbek authorities are investigating this case, including whether there's a possible link with a cough syrup allegedly manufactured in India. We have also seen the press release that was issued by the Ministry of, I think, Health a little while ago. Uzbek authorities have not formally taken up the matter with us. Nevertheless, our embassy has contacted the Uzbek side and is seeking further details of their own investigation. And of course, we understand that legal action has been initiated by the Uzbek authorities against some people, including the local representative of the company there. And in that context, of course, we are extending necessary consular assistance to those individuals or individuals. And of course, I could just reiterate what the Health Ministry has put out a little while ago, which was that they have, been in contact between the drug regulators in Uzbekistan and here. And I understand inspection of the facilities of this company in Noida was being carried out as per protocol. And that they are looking into it in terms of further investigation of the cough syrup. Siddhant, as regards the comment I think you made regarding Maldives, look, you would have seen the statements issued by the government of Maldives, as well as by other political parties in Maldives, condemning this. I think it was a tweet. We have noted the government of Maldives has taken swift action, and the matter is being investigated. Our High Commission there is in close contact with the government of Maldives, and of course on the security side is taking necessary precautionary measures. I think I'll stop there and take next round of questions. Sorry, who were I missing the first round? Both of you. Yeah, please go ahead. I'll come back to you.
सर मेरा सवाल पाकिस्तान से ही है,
आप इंट्रोड्यूस कर
न्यूज़ नेशन से। जिस तरह से पाकिस्तान में आतंकी हमले बढ़ते जा रहे हैं और खास तौर पे टीटीपी के हमलों से पूरा पाकिस्तान एक तरह से दहल रहा है, और ये भी हम देख रहे हैं कि इस्लामाबाद में जिस तरह के हालात हैं वहाँ पर पूरी सैन्य व्यवस्था मजबूत की गई है ताकि वहाँ आतंकी हमला न हो। कई देशों ने
आपका
हमारा
इंट्रोडक्टरी कमेंट थोड़ा लंबा चल रहा है, क्या क्वेश्चन है?
सवाल पे आ रहा हूँ मैं कि हमारा स्टैंड क्या है कि हमारे पड़ोस के मुल्क में तालिबान इस तरह से पैर पसार रहा है, हमारा भी वहाँ पर मिशन है, क्या हमने भी कोई एडवाइजरी जारी की है? और
सिक्योरिटी तरफ से। ओके ओके, who was the other person? I'll come back to you, please. Yeah, go ahead.
From ABP Live, just following up on the question on Uzbekistan, Srinjoy's question. The fact is, this is also coming after a similar incident happened in another country. Do you think that is also denting India's image as the pharmacy of the world? What is MEA's reaction to that? Thank you.
Okay, I saw an hand. I'll come to you. Please go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
Pia from the print. 2 Russian nationals, including a Putin critic, were found dead in a hotel in Odisha, and the Odisha DGP has in fact termed these deaths unnatural. The MEA's reaction on that?
Which part of the reaction do you want to what?
The deaths and also the fact that they were unnatural.
I don't control deaths, but anyway, I'll come back to you on that. One second, Neeraj.
सर, नीरज फ्रॉम न्यूज 18 इंडिया। नेपाल में नई सरकार के गठन को भारत सरकार कैसे देख रही है आने वाले वक्त में?
Well, sir, a hand up. Yeah, I'll come back. Yeah, go ahead.
2 follow-ups if possible. One, this is Sohasini Heather from The Hindu. One, to the question of the Indian naval officers who are former naval officers in custody in Qatar. You said that you've got consular access for the second time, yet how is it that we don't have any information on what are the charges against these people? Qatar is a friendly country. India has been sending officials there. Is there nothing that they are saying about the charges against them? I'm just making the comparison to Pakistan, Colonel Jadhav, and the trial that was held there. At what point do you expect to hear from the Qatar government on what exactly these men who've been held for more than 3 months are charged of? The second question is the follow-up to the Uzbek one, which is the fact that an Indian national has been arrested. What is the MEA doing? You said the Uzbek government has not got in touch with the MEA, but if an Indian national has been arrested, then...
no, I think you misheard me, but
Okay.
I'll answer that.
All right.
Anybody else? There are a few more, then I'll come for another quick round. Is there a separate one? I'll come back to you then. I'll come back to the next one. It's okay. मधुरेंद्र, आपने प्रश्न था पाकिस्तान. देखिए, हमारी जो हाई कमीशन है वहाँ, वो जो भी सिक्योरिटी कदम जरूरी है वो लेती है. उसके बारे में मैं उसके डिटेल्स नहीं शेयर कर पाऊंगा यहाँ पे. आप जानते ही हैं वहाँ पे सिक्योरिटी सिचुएशन में जो भी हालात है आपने जो डिस्क्राइब किया, वैसे पूरी तरफ तो मैं कंफर्म नहीं कर पाऊंगा, पर जो भी सिचुएशन होता है लोकली उसके मद्देनजर हमारी हाई कमीशन मेजर्स लेती है. आपने जनरल क्वेश्चन पूछा कि टेररिज्म आप कैसे देखिए, इसमें मैं जनरल कमेंट नहीं करता हूँ. सिक्योरिटी के मामले में स्पेसिफिक कमेंट ये था, हम जहां भी टेररिज्म है उसके खिलाफ रहते हैं. Nainima, your comment was regarding similar incidents. Look, I'm very hesitant to term this as similar incidents or not. There are proper investigative mechanisms to find out what happened. Each incident would be different. In that other case, I think, again, the health authorities are the experts on what the investigation process is, and I would probably have to refer you to them if you want more details. I mean, I think you were referring to the case in Gambia. And look, our drug regulatory authorities in that case were in touch with the WHO and, of course, a company, and they've been sharing details. So let me not make a generalization of that. On a broader terminology, you mentioned, look, what's happening on the overall image. Look, I think Indian pharmaceutical industry has been a reliable supplier to countries across the world. It continues to be in various forms of medicines or other pharmaceutical products. And I think we take very seriously any such incidents when they come up. The fact that we are discussing this, and so those are important. But let me not jump the process without the full investigation having been taken. This has just been made public now. On the issue of the Russian citizens who passed away, I think in Odisha over the last few days. Look, again, you used, I asked you what you wanted to comment on. Let me just give a simple, we are aware of these incidents. I understand that the Odisha police is looking into the matter as per our laws. And I would stop at this point simply because let's wait for the results of those, they're looking into it, their investigation, whatever turns up, we will then know more details about it. Certainly, unfortunate incidents of death. And we need to figure out what exactly are the details. But this is it's a police and matter, so I don't want to jump that gun without having more details of that. नीरज, आपका सवाल था नेपाल के संदर्भ में. सॉरी, नीरज कहाँ गए? सॉरी, देखे नहीं. देखिए, नेपाल में आपने तो कुछ दिनों पुरानी बात है, इनफैक्ट इन सम सेंस आपने देखा ही होगा कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने, जैसे पुष्प कुमार दहल जी हैं प्रचंड, उनको बधाई दी उसके बाद, और उनकी तरफ से उनके नेपाली प्रधानमंत्री ने उनके रिस्पॉन्स भी किया इस पे. उन्होंने कहा कि हम दोनों देशों के अंदर में और वो गहरे रिश्ते देखना चाहते हैं, वो रेसिप्रोकेट करते हैं. और उन्होंने सांस्कृतिक संबंध और नेचुरल अफिनिटी के बारे में बात की, और हमारे बायलैटरल रिलेशनशिप को किस तरह से और मजबूत कर सकते हैं ये भी कहा. आपने देखा होगा उनका रिस्पॉन्स. देखिए, हमारे दोनों देशों में ये जो अद्वितीय यूनिक द्विपक्षीय संबंध है, इसको बढ़ाने के लिए हम नेपाल के नई सरकार के साथ मिलकर काम करने का आशा रखते हैं और काम करेंगे. और ये डीप कल्चरल कनेक्ट है हम दोनों देशों में, जो हिस्टोरिकल सिविलाइजेशन कनेक्ट है, ये इस तरह पे आधारित है. और जैसा कि जानते हैं, हमने पहले भी कह रखा है कि अभी उनकी प्रोसेस खत्म हो गई, नई सरकार है ये इलेक्शन के बाद, उनके साथ हम काम करने के लिए उत्सुक हैं. Suhasini, yours was a follow-up on both of these. Let me start with the second part of it. On the Uzbek one, no, I did not say that they're not in touch. I said they haven't formally raised it with us, and you would have seen the statements or otherwise. But however, our embassy has been in touch with the Uzbek side, maybe you missed that, and is seeking further details of the investigation. And you would have also seen today from the Health Ministry comments that our drug regulatory authorities also for at least the last couple of days are in touch with each other. So we are in contact. And here also internal measures have been initiated. So I think we are certainly contacting on that. As regards your other element, as I mentioned regarding the detainees in Qatar, friendly. Otherwise, I'm not sure how I would like to get into that. If you want to know the legal charge part of it, look, you'll have to ask the Qatar authorities. They are the ones who will be pressing the charges. If they say charges have not yet been pressed, let's take it at that value. The consular access happened literally a couple of hours or an hour before I came in. So if you have something more to share, we'll do that. But the objective of today's thing was to talk to them, get a sense of their well-being, and also figure out what further assistance they require. And as I said, we will be continuing to monitor this. This is an important case for us, and our embassy has been very closely following developments on that. Okay, some more hands were there. Let me start off with, I'll come to you before I finish. Right. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, the National Security Advisor...
Introduce yourself for record, otherwise...
Karol Bhattacharjee from the Hindu.
Yeah.
The National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and his Ukrainian counterpart, they have been on phone in the last couple of months, and one of the issues that they have discussed is that whether India would be willing to join the Ukraine grain corridor. Do you think that's one issue that India would be willing to sort of consider? And there is also one more thing that the Ukraine right now is in the middle of perhaps the worst electricity crisis, and they're also looking for electrical appliances possibly from India. So would India be willing to help Ukraine in that regard as well?
Specifically on electrical appliances?
Electrical appliances, electrical machines, etc. Generators,
okay.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Okay, there was a hand. Sorry, you wanted the floor again. The second question, tell me.
Yes, this seems it's just happened. There, the police in Bodh Gaya has issued a sketch, and they want a Chinese woman. Her name is Song Xiao Lan, and she is wanted alleged for threats to the Dalai Lama. Now, can we have a comment on this?
Okay.
Is the MEA aware of this? Has the MEA been in touch with
whom?
The Dalai Lama's office or the Tibetan government in exile, or even the Chinese
Fair enough.
embassy?
I got your question. Okay. Somebody else had a query. Yeah, please go ahead.
Shubhajyoti from BBC World News. Just wanted to know what is India's position on allowing Russian vessels which are currently under US sanction in Indian ports. Let me also give you the context why I'm asking this. I mean, Bangladesh has stopped a vessel, Russian vessel, which was carrying components for its nuclear power plant, and which is apparently under US sanction. And there have been media reports that the vessel in question was docked somewhere in South India before heading to Bangladesh. So I'm not asking for the specific details of the movements of this vehicle, but just wanted to know India's general stand on this.
Okay. Any other question before I close? Okay. One more. Okay, if you really have something different. Okay.
There has been a new contractor who's been appointed for the Kaladan project in Myanmar. So can you share details of who it is and whether it will expedite the last bit of the project?
Okay, thank you. Let me try to answer some of these questions. Look, on the Kalol, to your question on you asked about this grain corridor or a grain initiative or something. We are aware of this one, but we have been extending assistance to fellow countries from the south bilaterally. So I don't have any clarity whether we'll join. Probably not, because our focus has been on through bilateral south-south mechanisms. So that's what I would say. But again, if we do, we will let you know. As of now, I don't have any intimation that we are looking to join this initiative, and our focus is more on extending assistance, including through grain. As you know, we have extended such assistance to various countries in Africa, particularly, but other places also in the last few months. I agree, but Ukraine supplying grain to third countries. It wasn't to us. My understanding of that corridor. But as I said, India has grain, and we have been supplying to those countries which have been recipients. So I think that would be our focus. But again, if I have any update, I'll come back to you. As regards assistance, look, as you all know, we have been extending humanitarian assistance to Ukraine, and this came up, as you know, in the conversation that Prime Minister had recently with Ukrainian President. So if the requirement of something in that part of that, I'm sure, but I'm not sure whether we've requested. This is your suggestion, I think. I haven't seen a particular request whether the generator is required, not required, will go from India. Look, let me not speculate. So, Shinjoy, I'm happy you said this is a breaking or something. You said I'm not in that breaking news segment. I saw it briefly as I walked in. It looked like a security issue. I don't have any update on it, and I certainly don't think this is the right forum to talk about security-related aspects on whether somebody is having some security threat to the Dalai Lama or any other person. Whether we are in touch with them, we are in touch with, as you know, we have a liaison office there. We are in touch. On specific issue of security, I'll have to check. I'm not aware. And I think this is more of a security issue, so I will stay out of it for the moment. Shubhajyoti, your query was regarding Russian, I wasn't sure, American sanctioned Russian vessels. Look, this is a technical world of what is sanctioned, what is not. I think our position on accessing oil from wherever we can, has been repeatedly articulated at various levels. Our long-standing position now on that, and our requirement for energy security. But you are talking about non-oil related shipments. Look, I don't think we have made any policy statement on this, so I don't think today I have any new policy and to announce vis-a-vis that. If it is docked in Indian ports, clearly they are docking in Indian ports. So I would let you lead with your question. I don't have details of that shipment. Yeshi, I think you are referring to what we put out as a response to a parliamentary standing committee. That's the one. Look, let me make a large general comment. What we tell the parliament is all that we know. I don't have anything extra to tell you vis-a-vis that. What we knew, we have told parliament, and since it's a parliamentary matter, I don't have much to add. Yes, of course, we would hope that the project can be completed at an early date. New contractor is a part of that element. But again, I don't have anything particular to add that would have kept back from the parliament. So thank you. Okay, with that, let me come to, sorry, unless you have something else I asked her. Huh? Okay, last quick one because I need to close. Okay.
सर कैलेंडर न्यूज़ 18 से कल हमने देखा कि जम्मू के सिद्रा में एक एनकाउंटर हुआ था और उसके बाद अब ये एस्टैब्लिश हो चुका है कि वो चारों आतंकी जैश के थे और चारों पाकिस्तानी नेशनल थे। क्या इसको लेके हमने कन्वे किया है पाकिस्तान एम्बेसी से?
मेरे पास अभी कोई अपडेट नहीं है, कल की खबर है। आप हमारा पोजीशन जानते ही हैं आतंकवाद जो हमारे क्रॉस बॉर्डर टेररिज्म के बारे में। सो स्पेसिफिक इंसिडेंट पे मैं कमेंट नहीं कर पाऊंगा। Let me come to a close with this. Let me first of all thank you all for being here. This is the last, probably the last weekly presser certainly for the year, barring other major things. Before I close, let me just plug in the MEA app that we've been talking about. I hope many of you are using it. Also to my other users, it's been relaunched with some new features, particularly a push notification. That tells you immediately when we upload something on our website that you get to see it. So that will help you keep abreast of the latest messages that we put out. So I would encourage all the other people who follow us on various other handles, social media, to also download this MEA app. It's available both on the Apple platform as well as the Google platforms. With that, let me wish all of you the very best for the new year. And thank you for joining us. Good afternoon.